Hello viewers, and a beautiful weekend to you all. What happens when fear, uncertainty, and unanswered questions collide? Could a man who dedicated his life to serving others have reached a point where hope seems impossible to find? Those difficult questions are being asked following the death of Reverend Benjamin Okwi Madu, a Nigerian Catholic priest serving in Massachusetts. His passing has sent shockwave through both the Nigerian and Catholic communities, not only because of the tragic circumstances surrounding his death, but also because of reports that he had repeatedly expressed fears about returning to Nigeria. As investigators continue their work, the story has become much bigger than one individual. It has opened a broader conversation about security, immigration, mental well-being, and the challenges faced by clergy serving far from home. According to the Archdiocese of Boston, Reverend Benjamin Madu died on July 2nd at his residence in Linfield, Massachusetts. He was 54 years old and has served as a hospital chaplain and parish priest on Cape Ann since 2021. His religious worker visa was scheduled to expire later in the month, and his home diocese of Advocacy had instructed him to return to Nigeria ahead of a new assignment that was due to begin shortly afterwards. On paper, it appeared to be a routine transfer. However, reports now suggest that Father Madu had repeatedly voiced concerns about returning to Nigeria because he feared for his personal safety. Those concerns were not expressed privately alone. In a farewell message posted shortly before his death, Father Madu acknowledged that his departure from the United States was beyond his control. He wrote that circumstances outside his control had brought his time in America to an end. Parishioners who knew him have since described a priest devoted to his ministry and deeply committed to the communities he served. His final public message has therefore taken another significance as people attempt to understand the difficult circumstances surrounding his final days. Reports published by the Boston Globe indicate that Father Madu experienced a panic attack while driving to celebrate Mass just days before his death. According to the reports, he was treated at a hospital emergency department before later returning home. That incident has become an important part of the timeline now being examined by many observers, particularly given subsequent reports that he remained distressed about the prospects of leaving the United States. While it would be inappropriate to draw conclusions from a single event, the report has contributed to wider discussions about the emotional pressures he may have been experiencing. Boston Archbishop Richard Henning later informed fellow priests in an internal communication that Father Madu had died by suicide, according to reports citing a copy of the message. However, the Archdiocese's public announcements simply confirmed his death without specifying the manner in which it occurred. Meanwhile, the Essex County District Attorney's Office confirmed that the Massachusetts State Police are investigating the case and stated that there was no indication of foul play. At this stage, authorities have not suggested that any criminal act was involved, and investigations remain ongoing. The tragedy has also prompted reactions from advocacy organizations. The U.S. Nigerian Civil Society Coalition issued a statement alleging that Father Madu experienced severe emotional distress over the prospect of returning to Nigeria, where it said Catholic clergy have increasingly faced kidnappings and violent attacks in recent years. The coalition also argued that immigration restrictions affecting visa renewals contributed to the difficult circumstances he encountered. These are the coalition's views and claims, and they have not been independently established by the investigating authorities. Nevertheless, the statement has intensified debates over the intersection of security concerns and immigration policy. Security remains a significant issue in parts of Nigeria, and several Catholic priests have been kidnapped or attacked in recent years. Church leaders have repeatedly called for stronger measures to protect clergy and worshippers, particularly in areas affected by criminal violence and insecurity. While Father Madu's concerns about returning have been widely reported, the exact extent to which those fears influence his state of mind cannot be determined from the information currently available. That distinction remains important as investigators continue gathering facts rather than assumptions. Father Benjamin Madu's death has also highlighted the human dimension of international religious service. Priests serving abroad often leave behind families, familiar communities, and support networks in order to minister to congregations far from home. Many also face uncertainty surrounding immigration status, transfers, and future assignments. For those who knew Father Madu, his death represents the loss of a respected spiritual leader. For many others, it has become a reminder that those who spend their lives caring for others may themselves experience profound personal struggles that are not always visible. Born on May 15, 1972, Father Madu was ordained at St. Teresa Cathedral in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State. He was just days after from marking the 25th anniversary of his priestly ordination, a milestone that will instead become a moment of mourning for those who knew and served alongside him. Parishioners in Massachusetts have remembered him for his compassion, dedication, and pastoral care, while many in Nigeria continue reflecting on the circumstances that led to his untimely death. As investigations continue, many questions remain unanswered. What support systems were available to Father Madu during the difficult period leading up to his death? Could more have been done to address the concerns he reportedly expressed? And what lessons can religious institutions, governments, and communities learn from this heartbreaking loss? While those questions may take time to answer, one fact is already beyond dispute. The death of Reverend Benjamin Okwi Madu has touched lives on both sides of the Atlantic and has sparked important conversation about security, immigration, pastoral care, and the importance of recognizing emotional distress before tragedy occurs. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you find this report informative, kindly like, share, and subscribe for more news reports. I'm Chidera Isom. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next reports.